Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Aftcast. Living with House in Tenerife. There's a wonderful sunset there. Please forgive me, I've just got in. I've been to the post office to pick up my parcel and it just hasn't been opened yet. And so I'm just getting ready. My other microphone wouldn't connect, so I had to get my lavalier mic on, which I'm using right now. Hope it's okay. And just see how many people are online. Ah, it's a beautiful sunset. I'll just leave you looking at that while I'm sorting things out. I'll be right there. I do have some information for you today. I got the latest of the BOC from the Canarias, the BOE from España, and also a bit of the weather. 129 people watching. A black screen. Oh no, there you go. Home from home. Tim and Christina, hope you're well. Yes, we are. Thank you. Bob was the first. Willie was second. Everything's here. Just watched you on Julian's channel. Really enjoyed it. Thank you, Simon. Steve's there. Bob, Peggy, Colin, Claire, Neil. Sharon, Bob. Mark, Bob again. Stephen. From Kidderminster and Sandra. David Evans. Nick is there. No sound. Do you get sound now? Hopefully. David, hi Tim. Hi there, Tim. That was Maureen and David and John, Kevin. Raimundo is either. Greetings to Tim, says good evening, ladies and jelly spoons. It's actually ladles and jelly spoons. Ha ha! A northern comedian is a bit ruder than Tim's version. Oh dear. I use ladles and jelly spoons. So, hi Tim and Chris. Should have arrived today. Oh, Honeybee birthday tomorrow. Have a good birthday tomorrow. Bar close at 11, I see. Doesn't affect me. But here we go. Where are we now? I touch here and do this. There we are. Ladles and jelly spoons. What a wonderful evening. The wind is a light sirocco from the east over the Sahara because we've got a big cyclone to the northwest of us. So it's actually pulling warm air from Africa. And the sun has just broken through the clouds there. It's been cloudy all day. Give me a home where the buffaloes roam and the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word and the skies are not cloudy all day. Look at that. Oh, wow. Okay, enough of that. I know you're going to be tearing your hair out. Whoops. Overshoot. Tearing your hair out there. So I don't have my earphones in either, so I'm not going to open the room today. If anybody wanted to come in the room, I do apologise. As I do say, I've got my packages have just arrived. It's sat there waiting for me to open it, and I'm going to film opening it, but I'm losing the light, so I might have to open it tomorrow morning. So, okay. Dark here, windy and cool. Oh dear. Hello from Long Island, New York. Anthony Martino. Hi, Anthony. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for enjoying the show. Okay. So, get the show on the road. I'm going to do COVID, then I'm going to do the weather, and then I'll take your questions on the new rules. But for those of you who want to just get the rules and go, nothing really much has changed. It's more of the same. A little bit earlier closing, a little bit less groups, a bit more distancing. For those of you who are worried about the test, everything is so confusing, but basically the Canaries haven't changed their mind, but Spain has decided you've got to get a test before you come now, starting the 23rd of November. So basically, get a test before you come, and it's got to be the expensive PCR test because they are aligning with Europe and none of the others are defined in the same way. So the PCR test is the only one that's guaranteed to be defined in all the European countries, so that's the one they want. So if that's all you wanted to hear, thank you very much for joining us and have a great weekend. If not, we shall carry on. Okay, So, sun's going down behind the clouds now. I've got the light on up here. I don't have my special light today because that bugged me a bit the other day. Christina is not with me because, well, basically because I said I was going to do all this talking, and she says, why do I have to sit next to you and listen to you waffling? And she's got the prominent special, the celebrity special of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire on the TV. And she did say she loves you all, but Friday's typically my day. I'm usually out in a pub somewhere, and she says, have a great time, and she sends her love. Okay. And she's got no pants on. Okay. I didn't say that, Chris, I didn't say that. So let's do this. Let's go to A and B. That's me. I'm not going to do the music today. We'll do the little ramen there. Okay, so here we go. COVID for the island is a little bit less than it was on Wednesday, so it's going in the right direction. I'll talk about what Uncle Torres says later about it going in the wrong direction, but that's Tenerife and the indications, so don't worry about it. So it's coming down. Let's go to Tenerife on its own. We got 2,500, I can't bloody see, 2,593 cases, but there's very few in hospital and very few in ICU in that amount. And if we go to the southern coast, you can still see that Rona has overtaken us with 105 active cases, but they've only got 7 people, I think it is, in hospital and no ICU, nobody seriously ill there. And Adeje, very quickly, we are under 100 again, so that's a good thing. We're on the downward slope there. We do have a couple of people in ICU and 5 people in hospital as well there. This is the figure that you're all interested in, I suppose. Basically, this is the rolling average of active cases in the last 7 days, and it's got to be under 50 for our traffic light to go from red to amber or green. So therefore, we're still above that amount, and that's why Tenerife has got a special cases that we are closing early. Although I think now with the new BOC, it is everywhere in the Canary Islands has got to close early. So, but it's only a temporary measure for the next 14 days. Let me go to me here. So basically what's happened is there's 3 things that have happened. First of all, we as the Canary Islands brought in the requirement that you needed a test to go to accommodation run by the tourist board. A lot of people then were complaining and say what type of test do we get and which one's valid and all that, and there's lots of things going around, and who's going to check and who doesn't check, and what happens if I own the place, or what happens if I'm renting the place, or I've got the keys from a friend, and so there was lots of questions there. I think we answered most of them to sort of say basically, unless you're actually going home to your own flats, assume you're going to have to show somebody a test, and if you don't, then that's also okay, because at least you're COVID free and you can prove it. Then what Spain did is they required, or will require after the 23rd of November, entry into Spain. So we were like saying you can come to the Canary Islands anywhere you like, but to check into accommodation you need the test. Now Spain has said you need a test to enter Spain. So that, unfortunately, or fortunately, I don't know which one it is. Anyway, but it supersedes what the Canarian government decided. So basically, if you're coming from a country that is on the list of high risks, as per the European Union, which the UK is on the list, which is the whole of the UK, and Germany, I believe. There is a list that I'll go through in a minute of all the countries, all the relevant ones anyway. So if you're on a high risk, then you need a test to enter the country. So that supersedes everything that you'd ever have to show anybody at an accommodation. And that's coming by boat or sea. Apparently if you're driving, you drive over the border, you don't need it because there is no port or airport to check. So, but you can't get to us without going through a port or an airport. So it's basically anybody entering the Canary Islands from outside the outside of Spain needs to bring a test. Obviously, if you're coming from Spain, you don't need it because you're not entering Spain, but you still need, and here's the clue, the test to get into the tourist accommodation. So it's not as if all the Spanish people can come from Madrid now and go into our hotels without showing a test. They still have to present the test at the tourist accommodation. So that's that portion of it. The other portion of it was the BOC that was today, and I actually printed that out. I'm actually going to say thank you very much to Andrew Horseman for the donation there, and we really do appreciate those people that do support us, and you'll see on the next one what all the supporters brought. And next Wednesday, of course, is going to be the big day where we're all going to have a microphone each. So thank you very much there to Andrew. Let me just go. So in December, we will need a PCR test. Yes, I believe you do. Basically, anybody entering Spain after the 23rd of November requires a PCR test. And I think what they've done is they've said a test for active infection, whereby they will only accept the one that is agreed and standardized over the whole of the European Union, which at the moment is the PCR test. If they standardize one of the other cheaper tests, like a quick action $20 blah blah blah, then that will become that will be it. So if you're not actually coming, I wouldn't really start thinking about it until about a week before you come, because you never know what's going to happen. You will, if you haven't booked yet and you want to book and come, it will be part of your holiday price now. So all the holiday people have got to give you the quote, including or at least telling you that you have to get the test. So you have to mentally prepare for that. So that's going to be part of the price now. So it's going to be more expensive to go on holiday. But, and I think it's going to be all over, people are going to start doing that anyway. So the only place you can really go for winter sun in Europe is here. So there's no getting around it. I know some people are saying we can go to Egypt and stuff, but you never know what's going to happen there any day soon. So just build it into your holiday. I do feel, and I've said this before, I do feel for those people that have maxed out the budget, planned it ages ago, or planned it and saying, oh, now we can go, when we changed the law a few weeks ago, and now we can got a $20 flight, and all of a sudden the $20 flight is becoming $250, or euros, sorry. So I do understand that, and all I can say is I've been there. I've done something, and later it's cost me a lot more, or I've had to not be able to do it. In fact, I put a deposit on a car once at an auction and won the car, but because I couldn't afford to buy the insurance to take it off the lot, they wouldn't let me take it, and I ended up forfeiting the whole lot. That was when I was a young man. I'll tell you the story one of these days. We were going to go lumberjacking, and I didn't go in the end, and the guy did go and cut his leg off first day with his chainsaw. Well, he damaged himself, really. Didn't actually cut it off. Alan, if you're watching. Okay. Let me just see. Yep, every peeps. Hi, Tim and Chris. Hope you're okay. Questions. Vulnerable people are having injections first, and rightly so. Take time for everyone to get the injection. We'll still need a COVID test. Thank you. They haven't mentioned the fact that people who have some sort of vaccine don't need the test. I don't think that is in the law. If it is, I haven't read it, because I obviously didn't read the whole thing, but I read the pertinent parts of it. But I didn't see a mention of a vaccine. I will look, but I've got to look up the word for vaccine in Spanish now. Vacuno, or is vacuno a cow? You got to be careful in these days. So I'm going to jump over quickly to my notes. No, to files. Sorry. There we go. And go and have a look at the BOC. So this is in iCloud Drive on preview and the BOC. Basically what this is, it's the Canarian version of the bulletin. So this is nothing to do with the test now. This is to do with the extra emergency reaction yesterday of the increase or the trend in the Canary Islands of us not being totally in control, especially on Tenerife, because we're above that 50 per 7 days rolling average. So what they did is they put in these rules for 14 days only, and what they're trying to say is, well, the first rule is stay home. So they're saying voluntary lockdown, if you like, Don't go out if you don't have to. Don't put yourself in a risky situation. Don't go to football matches, theatres or cinemas or anything like that. Don't mingle with people you don't know. So this is the first action. And don't have family get-togethers. So those are like the main sort of please, please, please. And to put that into perspective, they've made some rules about if you do get together, then these are the borders. These are the borders. So what I want to just say is that if you're getting together with a family, there's maximum 6 people now can get together, either indoors or open air. What else have we got? That's interesting. The hotels and restaurants. Okay, so the inside of a restaurant, and these are restaurants in hotels as well. Inside of a restaurant or a bar can be only filled to third capacity. So if your capacity is 50 people, then you can only have 18 or 17 people there. Occupation of maximum 6 people per table, and that's down from 10. So that's important. The distance is 2 meters now, and they've done a good job, because I don't know where people were measuring from, but all the places I've gone, it's never been 2 meters, or at least it's never been 2 meters. So they've now said it's got to be 2 meters further away than the backs of the chairs on the table, and they've explicitly said the chairs. So if you've got a table here with chairs around it and somebody sat in the chair, from the back of their chair to the back of the next person's chair has got to be 2 meters. And I can go to every bar in the village here, and I guarantee you that none of them were doing that. Up until now, obviously, they've read this and they've obviously done it this morning. Okay. If you're in the bar and you're sat at the bar, they've basically said you can only have 2 people sat together. Whether they are living together or not, I think. And then you have to have a distance of 2 meters before the next 2 people. And it has to be marked physically. So you've got to put, like, if you've got like a 6 meter bar, you've got to say, you can sit 2 people here, nothing, 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 another 2, nothing, 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 another 2. So that's it, basically. So and that's included in the third capacity as well. So your capacity can't be, little places like, little bars like the Bell, for instance, where you can't sit at the bar, they must have a capacity of what, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, maybe 30 people, so they can only have 10 people in there anyway. Okay, consumo is, now that's it, the 2 meters, completely closed at 11 o'clock, but they can serve takeaway and deliver and go on deliveries. And if you're in the open air, then it's 50% capacity. So you can only have half the people that you normally have. Occupation is the same, 6 people a table. The 2 meters between the backs of the chairs is the same. It also says if there's an outside bar, it's still the same, 2 people, then 2 meters, then another 2 people. The difference here is they've actually now said it is prohibited to smoke in the terraces, which wasn't in the law itself, it was in somewhere else. But now they've said you cannot smoke at all on the terrace. Close at 11, but you can deliver stuff. The other thing that was interesting was the beaches. Where's the playa? Playas. It says 50% capacity, and they're saying capacity is per person 4 square meters. So 4 by 4 by 4. So if you take the whole square meterage of a beach and you divide it by 4 square meters, that's how many people you can fit on it. And now you can only have half that amount of people entering the beach. What else does it say? Groups up to 6 people, and then it says salvo convivientes. Salvo means except, and convivientes means cohabitants. So if you're a group of family of 8, you can go to the beach with 8 people. What else does it say? Los no convivientes deben permanecer a distancia. If you are in a group of 6 people, but you are not living with the people that you're in the group with, you have to keep a distance of 1.5 meters. So what they're saying is you can go to the beach together, but if you don't live with each other, you've got to keep 1.5 meter distance if you're not wearing a mask because they do say once you're on your sun lounge or on your towel, you can take your mask off, or if you go swimming, you can take your mask off. So if you don't have your mask on, you've got to make sure that you're more than 1.5 meters away from somebody who doesn't live in your household. And that's about it, really. I mean, there's quite a few more. There's a big table here, as you can see, of all the things that you can and can't do. It's mostly all the same. They're just making sure they're explicit in what they do. Sport, maximum 25 people. Oh, there was one that's quite interesting for excursions. What excursions have said is you can only have 20 people in a group, and they have to be split up into family groups, and each family group can't be more than 6. So if you're going on an excursion and there's 20 people there, you can have 10 groups of 2, or you can have 4 groups of 5, or you can have 5 groups of 4, or you can have a group of 6, a group of 2, and 3 groups of 4, as long as you don't exceed the 20 people. And each of these independent groups within the 20 have to keep a distance of 2 meters from each other at all times. So that means if you're going on a bus, I don't know what's going to happen there. If you're going on a quad bike, so obviously that's okay. But a boat, I don't know what they're going to do there on a boat. Do they guarantee, if they're having 10 groups of 2 people, and each group has got to be 2 meters away, you've got to have a pretty big boat area to sit in. So that was one thing that was on there. So they've gone a little bit more specific now, and they are saying that the reason that they're doing this is they want to stop people going into high-risk areas, and therefore in the next 2 weeks they want to see a drastic drop, and they want to get us below the 50 active cases per 100,000 in the last 7 days rolling average. So having said all that, I'll go back to you guys. Hopefully I've not died. 22 minutes. As you can see, the sunset has gone now, but that's still a nice view, and it's still really warm. What have I got here? I got, can't see, with or without me. It's still 27 degrees out on the balcony now, so it's really, really nice. Tonight I'm having tortellini with albaca, which is basil, so basil-filled tortellini with a tomato sauce. And I'm actually going to have a glass of wine, for those of you asking whether I'm drinking beer or not. I have had a beer since I gave up, to tell you the truth, and tonight I'm having a glass of wine. So, but I proved to myself that I didn't need it, so I proved to myself that I'm not a raving alcoholic. And but now I think I can drink responsibly. I didn't lose as much weight. The reason being, I found out, is because all the alcohol-free stuff with lemon I was drinking is full of sugar. So I've got to think of something else to lose weight, and I think the only way I can do it is to go on a diet, but I don't fancy that just yet. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, I got to go back to you guys, and there's been loads of people writing. I do hope that I can get to everybody. So in the meantime, while I read through these, I can't play music or anything. Just watch me read through. There you go. Our weather coming from... Okay. Hi to Christine. Okay, question, vulnerable people. Okay, we've just done that one. Our weather is coming from Tenerife, so they said. Okay, because it's sunny up there. Hi Tim, very informative. Hopefully you're coming to Tenerife in December. Please keep the updates coming. Cheers, Rich and Tracy. Hi, Rich and Tracy. Ali Bennett, good evening. Honeybee, happy Friday, guys. I'm just going to... Vacuno sounds like a Hoover, he does. Oh, I didn't look, did I? Vaccine is vacuna in Spanish. I thought it was. Thank you very much. Vagina is vacuna. You say cow is vaca. Ah, very good. Lee Shaw, good evening, Tim. I hope you're both well. Thank you very, very much for the donation there, Lee. And also... John Barrows, thank you. That was well explained, and thank you, John. I mean, I know that you are one of our super supporters there, and we really do appreciate it. We also appreciate the people who watch, and you all give in your own way. You know, we couldn't do this without you. We really couldn't do this without you. Thank you so much. Wonder how many will adhere to the new rules. Okay, yeah, Tina Rigby. That is the whole point. Basically, the new rules, if they're not enforced, are the same as the old rules, you know. And I must admit, I went out yesterday, and I was the only person wearing a mask in the street in the village. I passed 5 people going to the bin, and none of them had a mask on. And that was British, Spanish, Germans, Austrians, and I don't know what the other one two were. They were just walking down the street. But so I think people are just saying, are feeling so safe here, they sort of go, oh yeah. I know a lot of people are not wearing masks in the street, but if you walk towards them, they put one on quick. But I don't know. We're hoping that the people who actually go and get into big groups are going to stop doing that. We're going to hope that. But if they don't, then they'll just lock us all down again and we'll all be unemployed and they'll put the nail in the coffin and that's it. So it's just a shame. Okay, I heard some bars are closing again because of the new rules. I believe so. Tim, much appreciate your updates. Thank you. David and Dibesh. Will we need to show our test results to the hotel after they let us into Tenerife? You know, I think yes. I think that the two rules are coincided. That means if you have a test coming in, just show the same test. Basically what they've done with the test entering, they've added it to the QR code. So you have to fill in a QR code thing saying where you're going to stay, and your test results will be added to that. So you have to have that to fill out the QR code. If you don't fill out the QR code and have that test, then they won't let you in. So basically it's all going to be done at the airport now, and it should be done at the airport before you leave. So they won't let you get on the plane if you don't have a test. If they do let you get on the plane, can you do it here? Some people are saying yes, and in fact in the law it does have provision for people that arrive without, but that is a total exception, they're saying, and it will probably be very expensive, and you will probably have to wait 48 hours locked in your room before you can enjoy your holiday. So I don't recommend coming without, to tell you the truth. I know I was doing before because I felt that it was something that they were doing in the tourist accommodation and saying, you know, you might as well get a cheap one there. But now they've convinced me now that they want to close it down. They want to make sure that it's a safe destination for those people that they want to come. So yeah, get it before you come. Don't get on a plane without one. All right, Tim, any news on the compulsory COVID tests for these flights? I think I've covered that. Good evening, Tim and Christina. Bad for all bars. Everything's bad for the bars, really. I mean, you know, some friends of mine have been laid off, and the government help is going to finish at the end of December. So we don't know what's going to happen. Gordon Squire up. Fingers crossed, Gordon. Great information as always. Only 7 degrees C. Oh my God. And Derek Walker, thank you very, very much for the donation there. Everything counts, and we really do appreciate that. And Distraction UK, thank you very, very much. You know, you can type something as well when you say something. Thanks for your tip about Janet Anscombe page. She's really plugged into the info. She is, actually. In fact, she just got the MBE for being one of the best journalists on the island, especially for British speakers. She works together with the Consul. She works together with Cleo O'Flynn from Ireland, who does the radio here in English, English time. She'll be getting back to work soon. She's been off for medical reasons. So yeah, so Janet Anscombe's doing a great job. If anybody doesn't know Janet Anscombe, then I do plug her website, janetanscombe.com. I get a lot of my information there. I also follow the links to the Spanish versions of where she gets her information, just so that I can show off and do my own translation. But basically, Janet's got a finger on the pulse. She's a lot harder than me. You know, she's a lot harder than me in interpreting the law. I'm sort of, you know, yeah. And but she's a lot harder than me, you know. So she does say that she did tell me that she does have a way with answering questions that come across very abrupt, but she doesn't really mean it. And sometimes it comes across as a bit sarcastic as well, she says. But that's who she is. And so if you can allow for that and don't ask silly questions, then obviously you won't get silly answers. But Janet does have a finger on the pulse, I must say. So Andy Tran, sorry, thank you very much for Margaret and Andy from Kirkcaldy, thank you very much for the donation there. And David Cooper, thank you so much. As I say, we do appreciate everything here, and you'll see next week what it's all brought. And enjoying your show, Tim. Thank you so much for all the information, Ronnie and Yvonne. Portadown, Northern Ireland. Okay, so I'm going to close that up for a second because I'm going to go on to the weather now. So that's the end of the COVID. Oh, let's play the music. Go on. Enough of that. Oh, I've gone all pale, haven't I? You know the white balance. I set the white balance up on the thing, and then I get this light coming in. So what I am gonna do now is go to white balance and say I'm gonna go a little bit blue, I think. Oh, we got the other way. There you go. There you go. You're gonna go blue. A bit too blue. I'm not that tanned in real life. Okay, here we go for the weather. So here's the weather in the next few days. There we go. So weather in the next few days, we got 26 degrees right now, and it's going to be sunny tomorrow, cloudy on Sunday, and then sunshine, sunshine, sunshine all next week. As you see in the little picture at the top, we've got the little squall to the northwest of us, which is a cyclone, so it's going clockwise. It's a depression, and so that's bringing warm air from behind Sahara towards us. If we go over to the big map over here, that'll show you where it is, and that there's this massive high out in the middle of the Atlantic there. You're also getting a bit of cloud at the top there, and so the clouds below us we're just on the top end of those clouds below us, and the squall is the one that's making it all. So here's the ISO bars, and you see I think it's called Cyclone Theta with a th, and it's passing to the north and going over towards the Spanish mainland, so that should be interesting. Okay, so what else have I got? I don't really have much today. As I said, we're not going out. They have asked us to stay home every 14 days. We have arranged to meet somebody, not online, but we have arranged to meet somebody on Tuesday, and we will honour that. But Christina said we're not going to go out for the next 14 days too much. So Balcony Banter will be here next Friday. I might be out on my own somewhere, depending on what happens, and I might get out a little Germany. That's pretty safe down there. But yeah, let me get back and say hello to everybody who's arrived. Stephen Brennan. Keep up the good work, team. Thank you, Stephen, and thank you very, very much for the donation there. Ali Bennett says, hit the like button, guys. I keep forgetting that, don't I? And also the subscribe button and all this. What do? I do this one, and this one. Like that. Oh, yeah. If you're not subscribed to us, then consider subscribing, because you do get notifications when I go online, and it's always nice to have a few more subscribers. But that's not the main thing. The main thing is that you enjoy yourselves, and if you do give a thumbs up on the video, then Google does then, or YouTube does send it to a lot more people, and the more people we get, the better for us. So saw an episode of British TV programme A Place in the Sun the other day. They looked at a corner apartment in Playa Paraíso overlooking banana plantation, recognising one of your driver rounds. Hey, cool. That was from Nick Shackle. Oh, thank you, Nick, for your support, by the way. Good point, Windy. Lee and gang will have to stop. Keep 2 meters apart on vlogs. I'm not saying anything. A lot of people have been saying that I've got to tell Lee about it, and I'm sure he knows, and I'm not his mother, and I'm sure that he will do the right thing. So, oh yeah, we're on Instagram as well. And don't forget, we're on Facebook. I was actually on somebody else's vlog yesterday. A couple of you have seen it, I think. It was Juliana. She does this 30-minute mastermind, which is basically like a balcony banter, but more in depth with other people. And they invited Chris and I on to give our views of living on purpose. So basically, if you want to go and see that, that's up on Giuliani's channel. So if you go to giulianinendel.com or search for Giuliani Nendel on YouTube, then Giuliani's Juli, Julie, A-N, and then, no, Julia, basically, Julia, and then Nenendel. I said that totally, totally wrong, didn't I? It's Giuliani Nendel. Giuliani Nendel. Okay, that one anyway. Pause it here and read that. So go and give her some love. Don't forget to subscribe to her channel. She hasn't got to 1,000 subscribers yet on YouTube, and she would like to. So if you could go over and do me a favor and subscribe to her channel as well, that'll be great. She does punch out very frequently short bursts of energy in beautiful places. So she'll give you nice energy, positive energy and positive vibes in a short amount of time, and you'll see different places that she goes in the north, beautiful sunsets and down on the beach and stuff. And if you want to take give her some love, that would be really, really great. And she does online holistic mentoring as well. So if you've got something you want to talk about, or you want a friendly ear to talk to, she does do online consultations there, and you can contact her for when she's available and what it might cost. Okay, Giuliani Nendel. And don't forget, you can go over to timothydow.com because the guys were doing the charity thing. That I wasn't involved in because I wasn't going out and doing it. You know, they're the ones doing that. I did put up on my website on the front page the charity that I work with, and I work with them since 5 years now. I'm the compere at a lot of the events, which we're not doing many of, and I do the auctions, and also I do table magic when they do the events for drumming up business there. And it's Elizabeth Montague, and she is the head of Helping Hands Tenerife. I know it sounds similar to the one they were doing, but I think it's this one's Helping Hands Tenerife, an official charity here, registered charity. And I've left the HH Tenerife is the link to paypal.me, paypal.me/HH-Tenerife. But if you go to my page, it's right there on the front page if you want to give her some love as well. I'd really appreciate it. So, Stephen Brennan, thank you. Hit the like button. Oh, there, we did that one. Swan episode did that one. Good point, Wendy did that one. Fab show, Tim. Best, Keith and Jane from Liverpool. Wish I was in Tenerife right now. Hate the cold weather, and it looks perfect. Oh, it is perfect. Oh, it is. Christina's freezing, though. She wears socks in bed at night now. I'm well, thank you, Christopher. Just need red tiempo de Canarias that after the 23rd you arrive without COVID test, you can be fined up to €6,000. Not sure about that. I didn't read that, but I think that if you go against the emergency health code, and it's a very an infraction or whatever they call it of the law, then you can be charged as an individual up to €60,000, and as a company you can be fined up to €600,000. So if you're a hotel that's not doing it right, so they've got it on the button. I don't know if it's automatically $6,000 if you arrive without. Okay, see you next week, Tim and Christina. A good week. Bye Tina. Fred Cleaning Services. Hi Tim, do I need a COVID test when I land on the 20th and staying with family member? You know, I think the 20th is before the requirement for a test, and if you're staying with family you also don't need to check in, so I think you should be okay, but they do recommend that you get one anyway, just to make sure. Or make sure that 2 weeks before you arrive, you haven't gone silly and gone somewhere stupid. You know, don't put yourself in a risky situation, and we will all thank you. Okay, 30-minute mastermind was fabulous. Thank you, Ray. Hi, Tim. Just turned late home from work. Catch up what I missed. You didn't miss much apart from everything, Gary. When I finish this, it'll upload it. You can watch it later. But basically, COVID's still here. You still need a test. After the 23rd, you need a PCR test to enter Spain, and 6 people on a table, 2 meters apart, bars close at 11. Should have done that first, shouldn't I? Really? Hi, Tim lad. You look down today, bud. You look like a bit of what? A bit of wigth. You locked a bit. I think you're typing It looks like you lost a bit of weight. Yay! I don't think so. I don't think so at all. Actually, I have. I was 114 kilos. I'm now 112.7. So that was basically just taking my wallet out of my pocket. Okay. What have I done? I've done that. Okay. Did that one November. Yeah, we did that one. Not really, Mark. It's the law if you want to get back holidays, everyone. Okay, follow the rules. Yes, Tim, lad, you look down. No, we've done that. Mummy, yes, please, people. Mummy, yes, please, people. Polly Robertson. I can't imagine what that refers to. Likes, maybe. Tim's like the oracle on all things Tenerife. Thanks for the info, Tim Jane. You know, I do read a lot, and the information is there for you to read, but digging into the Spanish bit, for me it's hard. I go through, then I try and translate it myself. Do go to Google, or Spanish Dict is another one I use to get certain words. But Janet Anscombe is basically, if you want to read, Janet Anscombe's the one to read. I'm actually going to approach her to see if I can just publish her blog by me reading it, and then that will give people that don't have the time to sit down and read something, they could listen to it in the car as sort of a podcast. Would that be something you'd be interested in? That when Janet publishes something like once a week, I'll go and read the week's news that Janet Anscombe publishes, if she allows it. She did once, so it might be good. And I could publish that on a Sunday. Only take me an hour, wouldn't it? Yeah, leave a mention in the comments, or send me an email if you think it's a good idea. Okay, sorry mate, I typed that twice. No bother, Fred, no bother. I'll be glad when all this is over and things are back to normal. You know, Neil, that's a good question. Do you think it's going to get back to normal, or do you think the new normal will be something we live with? I remember lots of different things in my life, and today isn't like it was 20 years ago. It's not what it was 10 years ago. So I think we're just going to have to suck it up and see. I do think that travel is going to change. So in Britain, you've had it really, 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 really good, because I can't think, apart from Britain and Ireland, there's no place you can get on a plane and come here for 20 euros. No way. I mean, in Germany, I think 200 is the cheapest you could possibly get. And typically, we used to pay 350 each a return. So international travel when I was young was expensive. International travel from Germany to the rest of Europe was expensive. So I think that Britain has had it good for the past 10 years or 15 years, or maybe even longer, especially with Ryanair and EasyJet and all those people. But that might change, especially with climate change and everything as well. You know, fuel. What's going to happen in the future? Well, all I say is, and we said this on Giuliani's, live for now, and just make sure that you're not hurting anybody else. Be generous in your love. Be generous in, be a gentleman, basically. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Try to be a gentleman. You know, think of other people. Don't think of other people to your detriment. So a little bit of selfishness is good. You know, don't give too much of your emotions or anything really. Just make sure that you're living for okay. And if you're warm, if you have food in your belly, roof over your head, and the dogs are not at the door, then to tell you the truth, you're doing well. Set short-term goals, and you should be okay. People say I'm lucky to live here. You got to take the risk, and we took the risk, and it paid off. So you've got to live with the cards that are dealt in your hand, you know. And I'm just hoping that we bring you a little bit of joy in the dark winters of the Northern Hemisphere up there in UK, Ireland, Scotland, Netherlands, Germany, and America, of course, Asia, and the Falklands we've had once. And so I'm going to read the last few questions. Put me back up solo. Oh, I've got a I've got a yellow thing here, so I might die, so I'm going to finish very quickly. Things will only get worse before getting better. Yep. There has to be more to this than meets the eye. Exactly. I hardly travel at all, and me and Jez got one holiday abroad to Lanzarote last year. Then this all happened. Oh my God, Jill. I do apologise for that. Talk good sense, Tim. I agree. We have to learn to live with it. Tim, I've booked for Fuerteventura. Next month costs £410 for our return tickets. We don't get those cheap flights from Scotland either. Yeah, as I say, it's going to change. But I think the smaller airports where you've got to travel may be expensive. And also the Munich we used to fly from. So that was amazing. That was horrendous. Hi, just joined the channel. So we're based in Germany before moving to Tenerife. Do you agree? Your view on travel, there must be a new norm moving forwards. You're right, right. And that was from Roata. Julie says, hi, tree surgeon. I agree with things get worse before they get better. Positive thinking will get to normality. Negativity will not help. You know, negativity doesn't help. And I think that, although I'm not sort of a crystal vibrationsy type guy, I do believe that the universe is sort of built on vibrations. If we look at the new thinking, a string theory, for instance. So it doesn't cost you anything to be positive. It doesn't cost you anything. Give people the benefit of the doubt. If they continually bring you down, then cut them out of your life, you know. But don't do it nastily. Just don't ignore them. Okay. Oh, you cheered me up today, Quertigil. Thank you very much. King Bob, thank you, Tim. So easy to understand. Don't confuse us. Thank you. First time on here. Great channel. Great stuff. And Sharon Simmons says 300 each way at the moment in Tenerife. And Sharon Simmons, you are going to be the last person I say hi to on the chat today. Afterwards, I will go back and anybody that mentions anything after Sharon, I will read. I can't reply to those, so if you want to wait now and comment on the other, on when it's uploaded, then I will. 48 minutes now. I am going to close this out because I don't want to die again. So ladies and gentlemen, this is Tim and Christina watching TV for Living with MS in Tenerife on a beautiful Friday saying fantastic weekend, and we'll see you soon. Mystery Monday on Monday. I probably won't be going anywhere, but I'll show you all the stuff that's in the box. And let me just swing you around for the box. Oh, other way. Oh, it's going very slow today. The excitement, the excitement, the excitement. And there's the box. Oh my golly gosh. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I shall see you anon, and goodbye.